so you can make a move there. There's certain things that you just learn about one another, but I'm not sure that it has any bearing on how they're playing now or the match today. With these jump serves, and they're going to have to really take it to the United States. They've been passing very well throughout the course of the tournament. You do have to look at the teams that they've played as well. That factors in the pressure serve. Argentina didn't really serve the United States very hard. Some from Germany, a little bit some from Japan, but part of those passing numbers are part of what they've already seen that we have statistically right now.
This is the toughest test the Americans will face.
TJ DeFalco saving the day on that overpass, and Brazil did not handle this particular play very well. Leal has got 5 aces now on the tournament, 12 total for Brazil.
The serve and pass battle, of course, always matters. Brazil has not been receiving the ball effectively. They don't have a single player in the top 10 in reception.
That ball off the edge of the block and out of bounds by Lucarelli.
Well, again, we look at who they played. They played Poland, they played Italy. You know, I mean, that changes things a little bit, although historically Leal's not one of the top players in the world. He's always been a passing target. Lucarelli a little bit to his right, has some trouble, so there's some things that you know about them.
Whose road do you like better? The United States, who started with middle of the tournament teams, although 2 teams that nearly won the quarterfinals. Or you talk about the matchup from Brazil and Poland together.
More prepared for a high physical level of volleyball in this match than perhaps the United States is at this point, based on the 2 teams they played, the 3 teams they played previously.
I just hope the U.S. is ready to serve in over 20, and at the end of matches, that was a huge issue for both Japan and Germany.
Yeah, Germany served out 3 times in a row to drop that match to the defending Olympic champions from France, TJ. Very nice Olympics, averaging 3 kills percent, hitting 373, also 6 aces. Taylor Averill, who's been a star so far for the Americans, saying no touch. It looked very close, and that ball served just out of bounds. Bernardo Rezende was trying to get a challenge on that last play. Brazilians thought that Averill had touched that ball out of the middle against Lucas.
I thought I saw it, but
I didn't hear the button. Anyone hear the button?
No, malfunction. Here comes Bruno, the 10th player all time to compete in 5 Olympic Games. Averill, a very rare, how rare, Taylor Averill, out of 22 swings, that is his 2nd hitting error.
We've got some big middles on both sides of the court that are going to force one another to hit out of bounds. Lucas is right in front of Averill, and he's trying to avoid that block and hit him out there.
9-6 advantage, another missed pass in between the seam of Anderson and Shoji. And quickly to the floor by Lucarelli. Brazil, dynamic at the offensive end, out quickly on top of the Americans, 10-6.
Against Aaron Russell in the last Olympic Games. That has proven true as his fine performance on the left has mattered time and again when the U.S. needs some points or a little stretch in transition.
Here's Taylor Averill, 6'7", now 32 years of age. Took a long time for Averill to get to the Olympics, but he's making the most of it, originally from Portland, Oregon. In his 3rd Olympics, wearing number 12 in red.
That's a nice read. Seeing the reverse flow, they understand where that ball is going. To the left side, that Bruno likes to fling it back there to Lucarelli.
I like when the fans wear numbers so we know who they're actually cheering for. Cheskis and
Andersons, Averills. Averill so far in the tournament before that one error, I said earlier in the tournament, hitting .819. He's not among the tournament leaders. He just doesn't have enough attempts in order to qualify for that statistical category. ball to the floor, as it is against the Americans. A little miscommunication there. The United States not getting a clean look. What happened there, Selena?
A couple of times that's happened.
Yes.
Run into each other and maybe just someone's trying to step in, set the second ball when it's not perfect. The Mike is still running after it. I don't know, just a little bit disjointed right now for the USA.
And John Sproul wants to clean that up right now. He called his second timeout.
Let's make sure we communicate on every play, on every ball.
Sale.
We just need to do the things that we've talked about. Just remain steady. Brazil's got off to a pretty nice start here receiving the ball. They've made a couple of good plays. You're a quality team over there. That's going to happen. You have to stick with your game plan. 5 points, 4 points, it's not that much in this game. You see how often runs get had.
Out of system look here for Leal. Well off the net.
These are the ones you have to convert right here. In transition, next hole. That's how you become an elite team. You get a soft block, and you stuff it down the other team's throat. You don't give them any chance to come back.
Well, it's because of that serve. They're serving deep on Palace. He's one of the best passers, but that corner between in the seams, very difficult for them to handle, and that ball is way off the net, getting Brazil out of system.
United States now 6 of 16. We'll give you Brazil's numbers in a moment. Darlan flails that ball out of bounds.
And you see what they're going after Leal straight ahead. That is the plan. Mike Christensen, he historically has been a top shelf server. So this is my moment, my opportunity to contribute because it's the only close chain skill in the game. You initiate it, you complete it, it all rides on you, and you can affect what's happening. U.S. on the way back.
That he wasn't able to play in Tokyo. He had hip surgery, now dealing with a balky knee. So it's something to keep an eye on. There you see the brush of the net on the chest by Russell. Yep, my bad. 14-11. Anderson walking down off the left side.
I really like in rotation because Anderson is so used to playing on the outside. He's comfortable out there. They can pass this ball and get him on his horse quickly. He's going to be able to score on the left side when a lot of teams struggle in rotation one.
Big numbers to start the tournament, even though it was in a losing effort. 23 of 36 against Italy, averaging just under 5 kills per set.
And a fun watch. Up so high. Really physical.
When he leaves the floor, you can go out and get a cup of coffee, add a little milk, come back, and then watch him hit the ball.
Skimmer home.
A combination. You know me, it's skim. Maybe 2% on a bad day.
Yeah, the body's a temple. I get it.
Max Holt has had a really, really good tournament so far from the service line, particularly when you look at his resume. Leal, big swing off the top of the block.
If you do the U.S., you just shake that one off because your game plan worked perfectly. Max Holt with a rocket. Brazil way off the net, forced to take a difficult swing and make something of it. You can't do it better than that.
Well, and this is going to be a big part of the story when they're serving tough between Lucarelli and Leal and getting them off the net. Can Brazil be great out of system? We saw it just there, they can.
Over time, it's going to be advantage USA in those situations.
Some important numbers. You look at DeAndre Leal, 20% good or perfect pass. That's why he should always be the target of the United States.
Definitely be the target, and we talked about the teams that they faced. They were working him. Poland was really serving him tough. Italy was serving him tough, and he's always going to be a serving target.
What's the good number? What an elite passer at this level? Where is it?
Oh, well, perfect pass, good and perfect pass. You're at 50%.
Here comes the United States. Gift of an error by Darlan out of bounds.
And we talked about Darlan's kill numbers. He's also had 19 errors, so he can be a little streaky at times.
Averill. Got to keep that ball on your side of the net. Tough chance. Brazil again. A net violation. And talk about doing work in the blocking phase of the United States.
The game of soft touches. My favorite contact in that entire roll was CJ Falco high to give the U.S. offense a chance to have all options set up against the Brazilians. He threw it high, ended up going to Matt Anderson. That is a perfect selection and a perfect setup by the U.S.
You watched our line come in here in this serve receive pattern. There's going to be 4 passes. He's trying to squeeze so Thomas can help a little bit.
Back to Leal. And Lucarelli again. Tip your cap.
McCutcheon used to say you have to recognize the greatness of your opponent. He, of course, coached the men to the 2008 gold medal, the women to the 2012 silver. And you do have to do that. You have to have respect for them in that regard. You have to give them any space, but when they make a great play, turn around, come back, make one of your own.
After a run by the United States, anybody's game. Served by Flavio. Darlan missed it out of bounds, pointing at the American block for a touch. Might have a challenge. There is the first horn. You can challenge touch off the block, net touch. 3 areas of foot fault at the service line, 3-meter line, and center line. You can no longer, I don't think there's a touch there. I think that's over the top. I just want to clarify, no longer can you challenge ball in or out. That is done electronically.
That was overly optimistic by Darlan. Maybe a daily affirmation with Stuart Smalley for that one.
That too. And the challenge system, particularly on the touches at 125 frames per second, is so phenomenal. It's almost fail-safe.
You know what? The challenge system has changed the game.
Yes.
You could not hit high flat the amount that all of these teams, men's and women's sides, purposely hit the ball high flat now. Before, you wouldn't get even half the calls.
I agree completely, and we talked about earlier, Paul and I were looking at the time of one of the matches where it would have been much longer with all the challenges and how long it takes. It actually, this challenge system has really taken off a lot of time. The length of matches is no more in and out.
Come on. There's no arguing. Right? There's no delays, particularly from Brazil. They're always yelling at the referees, and Bruno Diaz tearing his shirt off, and they're parading around. They use it like extra timeouts. There's no more of that.
Straight down, Lucarelli, number 18.
Lucarelli is the absolute complete outside hitter.
And Anderson wants to work the line, not hit that ball hard into the seam or the angle. Lucarelli doing a nice job being solid with that left up hand.
There's Shoji having an impact on this with an absolutely perfect pass.
Yeah.
Shoji, his play with his brother Kavika. Olympic cycles. 19-18. Get towards the red zone. And that is nothing new, Salima and Kevin, on this particular day. 2 reverse sweeps. I mean, home run. Poland over Slovenia, only 3 sets to 1. I mean, I barely had to have a cup. I had to have some coffee to stay awake during that Japan-Italy match. And I hardly ever use this word, nicely done here. I hardly ever use that word. It was one of the greatest athletic competitions I've ever seen, let alone volleyball.
That was incredible.
Japan had 6 match points. Italy came back to win it 17-15 in the 5th. If Japan had advanced to the semifinals, it would have been the first time since 1976. Unbelievably tragic for truly tragic for Japan, and a magnificent comeback for Italy.
That was 2 countries carrying the weight, or 2 teams carrying the weight of a nation on their shoulders. If the Azzurri had lost to Japan in the quarterfinals when they're widely considered to be a gold medal contender, Vicente Della Sport would have melted down, I think. And Japan, also a colossal loss of what could have been. They panicked a little bit at the end. They had a lot of chances, and Ishikawa hurt them in one of those sets.
And so much credit to how well they played and getting themselves in that position. position. I mean, they could have swept Italy. That was theirs. 24, whatever it was.
24-21.
Thank you. 24-21. I know. But hats off to Italy. Not making errors at the end. Bringing their soul.
Gianelli did his Ivan Zaitsev impersonation.
Incredible.
And how about Japan getting there with no blocking? Essentially zero.
Yeah. 15-2 in terms of the blocking differential. We're getting in the red zone. We'll revisit Germany, France in a minute. Talk about a team carrying the weight of a nation. France playing at home as the reigning Olympic champions. Here's Lucarelli, 20-19.
Set 3, where wins become losses and losses become wins.
How important, speaking of sets, is an opening set win to either of these teams in this match?
I don't know, is it worse for the team that wins?
So far it has been. As I recall, Slovenia won the second set.
You don't want to go down. No. In any circumstance, we're joking. You never want to lose, especially to a team like Brazil, whose comfort zone is the Olympic Games.
Brazil looking to get into their 9th all-time semifinal. What a resume for the United States with a win. They'll be in their 7th. Each has won the Olympics 3 times.
Because you're watching the beauty of the end.
Aaron Russell right over the top of Sackkamp. Lucas Sackkamp along with Darlan. Working on Leal to good effect. Pretty tight set. Very smart. Offensive board. Shoji with a dig.
Shows you again, deep in the corner, reading it right, in the right spots every single time.
It helps to be 6'10". Anderson, now in his 4th Olympic Games. Service winner down the line by Michael Christensen.
Catching Leal to his left, and come on. Look at that. Look at that.
This is executing the game plan.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
The ball compresses onto the line. Cannot challenge in or out.
The harder you hit, the more it compresses.
Christensen is an amazing athlete at over 6'5". And speaking of, I am breathless and speechless.
But you see the difference when you miss just a little bit to get that ball to Thomas, right? You're ripping that ball. You don't want to make an error. He's bringing it back inside the court, but it goes to Thomas and drive on. My goodness. My word.
The ball missed out of bounds. A big break. Is all arms and legs and orange Nikes coming at you. But he's a very good server. Very dangerous.
All right, going Aaron Russell, and I got to take a little off. I'm going short to position 4. 4-5 right in front of Leal. Put it inside out here.
Going hard and missed it.
Pretty close.
No. What's the difference at the end? Ask Germany, but the strategy of serving at the end. What's your philosophy?
It really depends on what kind of rhythm you as a server are in. If you're not feeling it, then you better groove it to a spot. Put it to a spot to give them trouble. If you're feeling it, get after it. Aaron already had a miss in this set. He's not really feeling it.
A couple of subs coming on. Fernando, the backup setter, outstanding player along with Allen. Good to see him healthy. He missed a lot in the preliminary round with a calf injury. And thank goodness for the ultimate. Off the block and out of bounds, the United States is going to have a Same question for you, Selima. What do you tell Max Holt to do? He's been really good at the line.
I like a hard groove ball right in seams if you're going after the out between the ground.
No, green light, hit it!
And he does, and missed it out of bounds.
I'm set.
It's okay.
I wonder where John's message is there.
I told you it didn't seem.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he said?
No, I didn't say that.
Tied at 24.
Bad toss.
Perfect pass. Where do you go? Good rhythm. He goes delivering from Christensen over the top of that gap.
The overload did it. It caught Flavio, who had to jump with Holt, and got that space.
Now, this serve depends on what happened before you. So no matter how you feel right now, you have to serve in. There is nothing else you can do but put it in the court.
And there are always places to go to. You go to Adriano here, that would be a serving target.
Set point number 2. At least a chance, more than a chance. Shoji is there. Russell! Missed it just out of bounds, but Aaron Russell, the Americans are convinced that there was a touch.
And touch or no touch, I love this swing.
Absolutely.
You've got to swing for sets. You got to go for it. You got to be aggressive. Shoji with the reaction, and Russell with the rip.
Touch up for Flavio. Opening set is going to go to the United States. What a play to close it out, and what a turnaround. The United States was reeling a little early. John Sparrow had to call 2 timeouts before 15.
Well, Kevin talked about that earlier. You down by a little bit of a stretch. It wasn't that much early on.
There it is.
You've got time. You can be patient.
Set number 1 goes to the United States. They come back to take it in overtime. Set number 2 coming up right after this.
That's a big difference in the first set of a match.
All-time great Giba, who was at the entrance to the arena at South Paris Arena to greet his Brazilian team. 2004 Olympic gold medalist, 3-time world champion. Serena Williams and he just chit-chatting in between sets.
Sure.
Hobnobbing.
Why not?
Same level, people.
That's cool.
I went back and looked at the box score, Kevin. One of the matchups between the United States and Brazil in the semi was in 2004.
Yeah, I remember.
Barney was 7-15. I looked it up.
Okay.
Nice going.
Not too bad. I'll tell you, Giba and Dante were, I don't know, 20 of 22. I remember the first swing and the last swing. It was an X1 from one and then the other.
Opening kill, Micah Christensen.
Yeah.
Deal with that ace down the line, and again, his athleticism.
Keep an eye on the defense of DeFalco, though. That's what started it. But Micah, he's been wanting one of these.
Every setter does.
I mean, I do. I want it right now.
This is a glory moment.
Could you toss me an over
I'll set you. Here we go.
Here's my cup of coffee. Please give it a rest.
Spike the coffee. Hey, follow the story from the start of this match. We said that US needed Matt Anderson, right? 3 of 4, 750, no errors. Good from the service line and had a block. That was a nice first set. Exactly what the US side needed was that amount of balance.
Flavio with the opening kill for Brazil, putting it in his column from about 11.5 feet. That's an exaggeration, mind you. They're awfully high. Anderson again, off the edge and down.
I like that little, he's got some really good energy right now. You can feel it.
Schedule has helped a player like Matt Anderson.
Yeah, for sure. Fewer matches are good, and as you get older, there is no doubt.
Anderson at 37 years of age. Here's Christensen. Got on Leal again. They're really targeting Leal. And Lucas, number 16 in gold, has been good for Brazil for a long time, an Olympic champion.
Beautiful set. Off the net, keeps it high. You see how Bruno stays tall and big to allow that delivery high enough for Lucas.
They're going to stay with Leal as long as 27% perfect, too.
We've talked about the generations of these teams. This generation of American players, maybe except for Micah Christensen and TJ DeFalco, are all going to be moving on. Same for Brazil. Remember Brazil in Tokyo? We were there when they lost to Argentina. This is a generation that's got its last chance.
Yeah, this is kind of the last dance on both sides. So you're looking at Jordan Pippen and Rodman for the Americans. They could go down. That ball just inside the end line. But net violation, as Matt Anderson calls it correctly, on himself. Will negate it. But I think this is perhaps the greatest generation of players for the American side. If they medal here, then they have that argument to make. They can get in the conversation. Because there are carryovers from 84 to 88, but there are a lot of changes.
There were, that's accurate. Yeah.
92 is a bronze.
Yep.
So you have that conversation about the bronze medal, the exceptional world championship. There's been a lot of good volleyball from this group of men.
Shoji stepping in. Talas with a brilliant cover. Another free ball. Multiple chances for the U.S.
They're going to need this consistently throughout the match.
You know who's playing I like the most so far on the U.S. side? You're going to love the answer here.
Micah.
Yes. He is making exceptional choices. He is running that U.S. offense. If I'm the Brazilian block, I don't know where to go.
Leal, the constant target, and that's an ace from Max Holt. It was he against Germany in the fifth set, and this is why you let him go. He missed that one, but let him go.
He was so poised, and this ball to Leal does not have, you don't have to thread the needle, you don't have to serve to a side, you can just bang it hard, and both him and the ball off the net, you're going to do what you intended to do.
United States came back with a 13-8 run to win the opening set 26-24.
You'll see him hit out as he's trying to hit high and flat. They've got him a couple of times. I mean, this is a big U.S. block that's lined up nicely against a very physical hitter.
And keep in mind, he's hit out a couple of times before this, so the high flat wasn't working, and now he's going to find himself on the bench.
And his brother, Alan, the older brother, played very sparingly in the early going. Missed the first match for sure, and maybe more because of the strained calf. That ball hit out of bounds. 7-3 isn't the advantage for Matt Anderson in the United States. Let's go to Heather Cox.
Well, a little bit more detail on Brazil's Alan and his injury. He was replaced by the alternate the first two matches. He played briefly against Egypt, but this is really his first impact playing time. Now, a couple of notes. He usually wears his socks just above his ankles. Today, he's wearing compression tape socks all the way up to his knees, which are camouflaging a thick wrap on that injured left calf. He's also not wearing knee pads, which isn't completely unusual. He often plays without them, but definitely a different look for the injured Alan in that calf today.
Thank you, Heather. He needs to show some brotherly love. He's got to pick up his younger bro right now. There have been so many siblings in the sport of volleyball. The Satos going way back. The Solares even back before that. The Odins we've talked about. The Endres, Gustavo and Murillo. And now the brothers here, Alan and Darla. And there have been more. For the next 30 seconds.
Everyone's staring at the big screens in the sky.
I love this new system.
We'd be in the middle of a 5-minute argument at the moment. Instead, fly ball.
7, 8, 9.
Play on.
TJ DeFalco ripping the line.
Sees the line and just puts it right past the block.
TJ's grown up in the era of available video. When I talked to him before the game, he said, "Do you model your game after Inga Peck?" That ball's just long. great hitters around the world. And I watched Matt Anderson. Now you find him playing with Matt Anderson, so he's modeled himself on the available play. And then he also said he added 20 pounds of muscle between 3 years ago and today. So he had the range, he had the arm before. Now he's got a ridiculous amount of power to go with it. You've seen the results.
There are going to be a lot of players in the future modeling their game after TJ. He is one of the most improved players, not on the U.S. team, but in the tournament, carrying over from Tokyo to here.
Speaking of Matt Anderson, I mean, he is bumping the ball right now. And not just getting the ball past the big block, but against one of the best defenders at the tournament in Palace.
Leal, a good pass. And Bruno loves the back line. You don't see it very often. That with Flavio. He'll also do it with Lucas.
Especially when they're running forward, they love to run this play.
The ball served out of bounds. We had a good look at TJ DeFalco. 6 foot well over 215, 20 pounds. Having a wonderful tournament. 36 of 67, hit 373. 6th best in terms of efficiency in the tournament.
I was waiting for this. I thought that serve out would be the last straw, and indeed it is. Leal checks out.
Leal had been dealing with some injury problems even before the tournament started, and this young man, Adriano Xavier, 6'7", played very, very well when he came in earlier in the tournament. 16 of 30. Again. Yes. There's another kill by Holt. Adriano had those 16 kills all in one match when he came in against Poland. Brazil started their quest against Italy, lost that 3-1. It didn't look very good doing it, lost to Poland 3-2, and then defeated Egypt 3-0.
Very well, hanging in there on that back row attack, not getting fooled by the middle at all.
Assisted this ball well off the net. Alan is stuffed, good cover. In transition, that ball ripped. And just out of bounds. Boy, that was a big opportunity. DeFalco and Christensen know it. Ball set too close.
Might have been a little bit too close. I do like that Russell went over as protection after that. TJ dove through, and then Aaron Russell followed just in case there was some extracurriculars.
There is such a rivalry between these two teams meeting in the Olympic Games for the 14th time, twice for the ultimate prize. 84 it was the United States, 2008 it was the United States. Good pass. Oh, what a play. What? Mark that one down.
Let's see if this happened the way we think it did. Gets right up, hits a back 1.5.
This is how long by Anderson, by Christensen. This is how long these men have been playing together. He knows A. Russ is getting right up from that and going to be available.
One hand stab to a back, half quick. He's having a very good start to this match.
Getting 750 right now.
Oh my gosh. Anderson with the stuff. The United States up once again here in the second. But a long way to go.
I'm running.
Oh, you bitch ass.
Heather Cox reporting that the attitude in the huddle for Team USA is
Yes.
There was some, don't dulce de leche in there is what there was.
Coaches like a little spice.
Yeah, but they're playing loose. They're playing fun. They're having a good time. They're executing their game plan. Even when Brazil pushed them in the midpoint of that first set, right down by 5, stayed with the plan. John Spurl and that staff are setting the tone. These men are carrying it.
Oh, that's a big miss. That's unfortunate for the United States and Averill. Brazil is the lowest ranked receiving team still in the tournament. And the United States is putting them in the shank tank a little bit, but you got to take advantage. Let's go to Heather Cox once again on the sideline in Paris.
Paul, you saw Taylor Averill make that hitting error. During the last time out, he was heavily massaging, stretching it, moving around, trying to go side to side, back and forth, really trying to loosen up that lower back. Interesting to note, no kills so far for Averill. 18 points in the previous 3 matches for the United States leading up to tonight.
Thank you, Heather. And Averill, as we pointed out earlier, had been incredibly efficient. 6 for 6 to start his Olympic career against Argentina, and hasn't cooled off, hitting 8-19 coming in.
Hey, there's an ebb and a flow to any match. And sometimes you're ebbing, sometimes you're flowing. And you just know your teammates are there to pick you up. That's where the closest communication comes in.
Well, and the other things he can do is what he does so well. He can get it done from the service line. He can block some balls. I mean, there's more you can do when the offense isn't coming, which clearly it's not right now for Averill.
Who comes in for Averill from the American sideline if he does need to leave the match?
Dave Smith.
Yeah,
You're
David
David
Smith.
Smith.
Yeah, the experience here. A steady player that knows how to get it done. I mean, it could be a toss-up, but I think David Smith.
Tremendous side out middle.
Jeff Jendrick at 6'9", still available. TJ DeFalco again. He too is available. Jeff Jendrick and Dave Smith in his 4th Olympic Games are both available for Averill. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's a warm-up hit. That is an absolute warm-up attack right there. Beautiful set by Michael Christensen.
17-12 is the lead. 1 set to none. Allen down the line. Shoji. Quiet no more. Russell with a big swing. Got a piece of the block, but give that point. In the white jersey.
My favorite garbage man is Aaron Russell. He's going to come by, he's going to take your recycling, your compost, and your regular trash. He'll hit out of any position. It's no problem right now for A. Russ.
Russell now 6 of 11, hitting .455. As a team, the United States, which got off to a slow start. Remember, they were 6 of 16. Since then, they're 18 of 27. 18 of 27 against Brazil.
There's Brazil. They're not giving Brazil anything. We've seen this in a couple of other matches, right, where there are no mistakes happening on the other side of the net. That is the most difficult scenario under which to reverse the momentum of a match when you're not being given anything. You have to generate everything on your side. But this could be the worst case scenario for the Americans.
Ace serve. How so, Kevin?
Well, if you win 2 sets today, you lose in the final. That's
Say that. You take that juju out of the universe. Bring it back.
We've already had 2 reverse sweeps, one of the most dramatic ever. If you weren't able to watch it, go to Peacock and watch the entirety of Italy and Japan, and then the entirety of France and Germany. Off the edge of the block and out of bounds. Maybe timeout United States.
John sees him early. I wouldn't be surprised to see one right now.
He used both of his timeouts before 15 in the opening set.
Yeah, but he used them early in a run, too. He does not like a run. If you're up 5, he will not let 4 go by. He will not let 5 go by. Some coaches will. He'll let 2, and that's it. Timeout.
We'll step aside. Chicken wing in the back row, not there by DeFalco. And Alain starting to put up some numbers.
So I wonder who's going to step up in this match, because looking at those earlier matches, it was Leon. He stood up for Poland when they needed him. For France, Ingapet took a few ridiculous swings in terrible situations and made kills out of them. There have been some superlative performances on this quarterfinal day.
Flavio to the sideline. Lucas Bergman, the younger brother of Julia Bergman, who came in, remember, against Poland yesterday, played very, very well, formerly of Georgia Tech. Russell, dodging the heck out of that one.
He's like a cat. Getting out of the way, moving all weird and quick. And how about this pass by Sergi again? But Russell seeing the block, knowing he wants to hit it off the hands, and not wanting to get hit by the ball.
Breakdancing future.
Oh, I didn't
Also, Olympic sport. You can come back and medal there. And also, DeFalco and Russell are so prototypically perfect for Michael Christensen because they can hit and play fast on the left side.
And if they can get down to one knee and pass the ball and get up, I mean, obviously they can dive into it, but you see that a lot where they get passed short and he still sets that.
Allen. Free ball. Max Holt. High and deep.
Yes.
A defensive effort on the side of the U.S. keeping them in it, Allen with a nice swing on the side of Brazil, but in play, creating this free ball opportunity once again for the U.S.
There are going to be a lot of very happy and proud Penn State alumni. Only half of the starting lineup are former Nittany Lions.
There's a big watch party right now. Mark Pavlik said that the whole crew's watching. Got a lot of people supporting Max, supporting Aaron, and supporting Matt back in State College.
21-17 is the lead. The United States came from 5 down in the opening set to take it 26-24. There's 5-time Olympian Bruno. Anderson, he's been really good, but that's a tough block as well.
So here's what I'm wondering. You keep Allen in. Right now, Delon, his little brother, is not scoring. He's hitting about 8%. He doesn't have any blocks. And if Allen can play at this level consistently, that could be the person they look to. Kevin, you were talking about Delon maybe be good. This is his first Olympic Games. And Anderson, this is his 4th Olympic Games. That experience and that pressure could be something here in this moment.
Ducked by Bruno. A chance to get within 2. Smart shot. Allen off the edge and down. Here comes Brazil.
It's amazing doing some of the little things can make your shot look really smart. If your teammates are picking you up with the cover, they're watching that block and able to pop the ball up to get you a second swing.
Brazil as close as they have been in quite some time. Tom Brady in the stands, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody's turning up. 2 of the GOATs, Tom Brady and Serena Williams.
Definitely 2 of the GOATs.
The new one's a hot ticket.
3-0 run by Brazil. 2 very proud programs. You knew neither would give an inch.
I love that Javier Weber is as pumped as he is. You know why he's excited? Not just because it's the quarterfinals, not just because he's invested in this team and John Sprouse brought him on, but because it's against Brazil, and Argentina hates Brazil. They hate them. I didn't notice I played in America's Cup and those 2 teams played in the final. It was unbelievable. Brazil beat Argentina in Argentina and then went around rousting the crowd. And the crowd threw anything that wasn't nailed down onto the court. There was a German Shepherdosaurus out there to try and keep any of the fans off of the court.
And for people who might not be familiar, Javier Weber, one of the great players of all time in the history of Argentine volleyball, now an assistant coach with John Sprouse, and also a head coach in the J-League in Japan.
And he played in that match I'm talking about, that America's Cup final. He was the setter for Argentina.
That ball off the block and out of bounds, off to Falco. 22-20.
If you're the U.S., relax. You can play the same way. Side your way out of this one. You got to lead at 3 with a clean side out here. That's a decent bag. So we've seen a ton of blocks that way.
That's not bad. You're not going to get tooled.
Anderson 7 of 11, Russell 8 of 14, Maxwell 5 of 8, but doing it to line, Lucarelli.
Luke really just salvaged right there. He threw that ball way too far in front of himself, and he stretched out and drove it rather than putting topspin on. Look at him go hit it, and then just drives it. Sometimes a bad toss can lead to a really tough serve.
And what a location right in that seam. Anderson on the right. Look at the other options as this play unfolds. And a miss serve. That is a big, big break for the United States. 2 points away from a 2-6-0 advantage. Aaron Russell keeping himself loose once again. Reports are that he's got a balky knee right now, playing through it. Good serve, well handled. Off the top of the block by Allen.
High quality volleyball on every contact there, including the block that was unsuccessful. That is just how the game is played at this high. Let's watch DeFalco here. Good step out. Pretty nice touch. Unfortunately, your defender wasn't there.
Salima, nothing new for Allen to be performing at a high level.
Yeah, nothing new at all. Hitting about 450 right now.
He's giving them a nice lift coming in for his younger brother.
Japan on match balls, multiples.
Set point number 1. Anderson has been superb, 7 of 11. First set point. Back row combination quickly off of Averill and out of bounds.
It's the right idea. Mike Anderson knew that's what was going to happen. They committed with one blocker on the middle and had 2 on the bench. They came back in trying to make a play. It's not enough.
I'm going to go to DeFalco.
Yeah.
DeFalco to close.
Second set point. Good pass. Done by Tallis. Lucarelli for the tie. No, Adriano. Christensen go now for a much important side out. Doesn't have to go anywhere. But 3 or 4 balls bounce down the stretch by Brazil.
Here's some in-laws of Aaron Russell.
Third set point. Ripping through the American block.
Allen making a huge difference for Brazil.
Of course it's deuce on this day. Of course it is. 26-24 and now 25 all.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
This young man has been superb. 22 coming off the bench in this situation. Chance for the lead. Yes, Brazil now on top. They'll have their first set point.
And the player making plays is Tallis. Both times, the outside hitters for the United States sitting on that left side have had some pretty good swings, good looks, and Tallis has dug into that angle. And that ball for Shoji, they may have disputed that ball was out. In fact, they were already complaining. The Brazilians were already on it. That one hit the antenna, so it was no good off that first contact.
The United States led by as many as 6. Set point, they led by as many as 3. Pretty late. DeFalco got a piece. 1 set point by the United States.
Perfect pass by Matt Anderson, keeping the U.S. in the system.
All right, now this man hasn't been in rhythm in this match. He has before, but this ball has to be in.
Good to see him hit 75%.
Good block deflection. Thomas is there. Watch for Christensen. Dunk by Averill.
He had the first one. He played in the right spot. The first one inside of the block. Taylor Averill played underneath it for the second one. That's why he didn't even have a shot at it.
Point of the match so far. Getting a coach's love from Bernardinho. Second set point for Brazil. The United States has had 3. That looked like a foot fault. We've seen that a lot. Russell. Pretty good matchup against Bruno.
Now Christensen is
still in the game.
I'm still going that straight ahead. Even though Leal's not there anymore, he's been feeling, he's been in good rhythm, he's hit some edges. Just keep getting after your team needs you right now.
And it's still the right spot to serve on the court in this rotation.
Adriano is passing beautifully and creating opportunities for Brazil.
Yeah, I like everything about that play. He made Brazil play. He served tough and Brazil responded. This is why Lucarelli's one of the world's best outside hitters. 5'2" guy.
Third set point.
And again, those years together, all those reps together, Holt knowing he'll get it there.
Now a missed serve by the United States, and another set point for Brazil. Simone Gianelli for Italy set a masterpiece earlier today. Now we've got Bruno against Christensen in the final match of the knockout round. Combination. Russell was there.
Come on.
He out of bounds. Wide open net. And he pulled it cross body.
Come on.
Well, the U.S. with a slight advantage. But as the scoreboard indicates, this one's going to be one of the margins.
And when we came back from the first set, it was a significant difference. Brazil was hitting under 200 at the time, so they worked their way back. Defensive prowess, passing, and Allen were the difference.
That Tallis was huge. Down the stretch, they're making scoops to keep that set alive and put more and more pressure on the American side.
The United States led 21-16, outscored 8-3, tied at 24, and then it went into overtime. How does the United States move on, and how do you stop Brazil from taking advantage of the momentum?
You have to let that set go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Hard.
It's hard, but that's what the great teams do. You move on, and they've been in these situations. They know what this feels like. It's not the end of the world. You just move on and play the next set.
The most successful coach in the history of volleyball. Ball set a little bit tight, and the ball's off the floor. Lucarelli, he wants the buzzer stopped. He wants it mid-rally. Got to move on from there.
I don't know what he's complaining
I
about.
didn't do it. He thought the ball was down.
Matt only touched it once. If he's looking for a double touch by Matt Anderson.
I thought he thought it was down. This one landed.
Oh, sorry, by Micah Christensen.
I think he thought that one.
But it did. It was
They
down.
didn't challenge.
That is down.
There you go.
You're going to challenge that. You'll hear the buzzer mid-rally. Adriano has come on for Leal and is playing playing exceptionally well. Again, good sign for the United States as we go back to heaven.
Paul, you were just talking about Brazil's coach, Bernardinho. Well, his son is Brazil's setter, Bruno, a three-time Olympic medalist playing in his 5th Olympic Games. His dad played in 2. And oh, by the way, his mom, Vera Mosa, is a 3-time Olympian. So count them up. 10 Olympic appearances between the 3 of them. Bruno says his entire life his dad has either been playing or coaching, and that he grew up in the gym constantly, and that he has his parents to thank for inspiration every single day. Talk about Brazilian volleyball royalty.
Bernardinho gold, a couple of silvers, gold again on home turf in Rio de Janeiro, 4th last year. And I played against Bernardinho in the 1984 Olympic Games when he won a silver. So not a bad resume.
Royalty is right. Volleyball royalty is right.
Thank you, Heather. Yes, really quite a family. There are stories like that in so many sports throughout the Olympic Games. Very special.
You know who I would feel sorry for in that case? Any sibling.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, talk about pressure.
Good chase by DeFalco. And that's going to be 4 contacts now.
Good that Bruno's an only child.
The margins have been so small, both do sets, but what do you want to see differently? Take us through both sides, Salima.
I think the United States needs to continue to pass well. They've been passing okay, but not able to score around the block. Now you're seeing some balls hit down the line, around the block a little bit better, and in the middle some confidence. April needs to get going for sure. And on the Brazil side, they just need to keep doing what they've been doing. Get out on the ball, handle the ball nice and high, hit high off the hand, get Tallis as many touches as you can, just step in there. They just need to continue to do what they've been doing.
They've started winning the scramble plays. That's what Brazil has changed, and Alan has cleaned up a couple of those, but the scramble small plays Brazil has turned into points have mattered.
And how about that rocket late by DeFalco that was done by Tallis?
Now he dug 2 in a row into that angle, stopping Russell and DeFalco.
Service pressure stepping its way up, and that ball through the block and down. Saw John Sparrow on the sideline looking at speaking as assistant coaches Javier Weber along with Matt Ferberger. I think the wheels are turning a little bit maybe.
I just start thinking, what can we change? And it doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. It's, all right, how can we make a change, do something a little bit different, get Brazil a little bit off balance, and then go back.
Out of system, Adriano again, good block touch. Look at Bruno with a chicken wing. As opposed to the turkey breast that Brazil breaks down.
Chicken wing, turkey breast, pineapple,
Oh boy, got it all.
Oh boy.
jumbo shrimp.
Whole dinner with all the skills.
Christensen has been brilliant. Tied at a set apiece. Shoji has really stepped up his game. That ball is missed out of bounds. Aaron Russell falling backwards a little bit, missing it long. Challenge is requested by John Sparrow once again to cover that facet of the game. 2 challenges per team per set. As long as you are correct, you have an infinite number. You can challenge touch off the block, a net touch, foot faults on the center line, 3-meter line, and service line, and can no longer, thank goodness, challenge ball in or out. Taylor Averill, who's been magnificent through the first preliminary round matches of 3, 1 for 5 so far, 3 errors, hitting negative, and he does have 1 ace. Touches. There's no reason reason to lie anymore.
That's a nano touch.
Yes. The nanites. The nanites are invading. Chance for the Americans. Unforced by Brazil here. Matt Anderson is from West Seneca, New York, in upstate, and in Hamburg, New York. Sister Amy and Sister Jennifer. And a full house up in Hamburg, New York, enjoying this one so far. And Matt Anderson has been as good as the Americans needed.
461, 7 kills, couple of key throwbacks.
And there's some rotations. I think they could use him in row 5 and 6 when he's hitting that pipe. I think they could kind of spread some things out, get him going a little bit on that big side.
They've been going to DeFalco in that.
They have. And
with success.
Yeah, just a little bit. Right?
Look out! TJ DeFalco apologizing. You see row 5, row 6. What's the center in those rotations to give people an idea?
Yeah, the center's in the middle front of the court, and that's why he's front row, so he needs some more options. They don't run anything behind with the middle unless it's a back one, so they're going to need to split the block with a back row attack down the line or a back row attack up in the middle. So your 2 rotations, when he's front row, you can get Matt Anderson going.
Stuff block here, Matty Anderson right on cue. His sisters.
The game protruding all the way around the dial. Here's another high, perfect move with the right hand, and the Americans lead in the third.
Morocco, along with Kevin Barnett and Paul Sunderland, Heather Cox on the sideline in Paris. Allen came on for his younger brother at the beginning of set number 2. And has been very good. Overpass. And missed it out of bounds. Unforced error. He's had a couple of them.
The right idea, like how he's been playing and how he's been carrying his team through the end of the last set to now. And getting him involved is going to be good. He may not have to carry it, right? You have Bucarelli, you get the middle going. Also with Adriano, so they have enough firepower to not have to really rely too heavily on Allen.
Thrown into the middle, good block deflection by Averill. And that's missed out of bounds. DeFalco missed it wide. This quarterfinal gets Poland, defeated Slovenia today, 3 sets to 1. France will play Italy in the semifinal.
Mike Christensen hasn't done yet is turn and hit or dump a ball. Perfect pass. That should be an American option. It's quite effective.
Another good block deflection. Averill doing work. And so is Flavio. Free ball. Well, one center was listening to you. Bruno went downtown. Let's go to the sideline to Heather.
Paul, no surprise, many players have tattoos, but maybe none more than Taylor Averill. The tattoo on Taylor's neck reads, "Maybe," alluding to the parable of the Chinese farmer who views no event either good or bad. But his most meaningful tattoo is the one on his hand, which reads, "Existing is enough," which was a sentence that Taylor uttered the first time he allowed himself to let go and cry in a therapy session. He said, "Overall, my tattoos are a reflection of my personality. Random, chaotic, and fun." Yeah, that pretty much sums him up, guys.
That's about right. He's got to have a son somewhere.
Mine too. That's right. Mine are random and chaotic. And mine too.
2 words never used to describe Paul Sunderland.
Random and chaotic. There are plenty enough other words that have been used. 12-8 is the lead.
Russell was looking for the touch, didn't get it. This is the one that's got to go.
Another quality block deflection. And this by Aaron Russell. Taylor Averill. Really gets the
a big difference for April, and that's why he's hanging in there.
Well, you asked what should change or how the U.S. should react to the second set comeback by Brazil. The answer was just keep working. That's what they've done here. Workman like they've built this 5-point advantage.
Change of the setting position. Fernando has come on and played very, very well. Not just this past summer, but many seasons. This is a really quality backup.
Well, it's such a good feel for the game. You see the passer goes down. He knows he has to set behind him. It's a perfect delivery on the D-ball.
You know what he is, though? Small at the net.
He's very small.
You got to change your offense and set over the top.
That is a matchup problem.
Here's 6'1" Fernando Kelly. Here's number 14 in goal. Center for the United States. Two quality players at that position for both teams. Here's Averill going into the jump float. Overpass. And another dig.
Yes.
Joining on the spot forward down number 12.
Fantastic defense on the side of Brazil. This was just a little too far. That connection is normally there when they're running forward. Even with Fernando, they normally do that.
The lead now is 15-9. Averill maybe struggling a little offensively, but boy, is he finding a way to contribute. 30-28. Luciani Morocco, Kevin Barnett on Paul Sunderland, Heather Cox on the sideline in Paris. Matt Anderson has been huge. The Americans needed that. They're on top here in the third. 15-9. Your thoughts so far on the match, Barney?
Steve, 10 minutes. The United States has been in complete control of this match. They have led against Brazil. They put themselves into a tough situation. That second set just couldn't go up with it, had swings for it, but they have maintained their composure and their level of play.
Again, magical at the libero. Lucas cannot cross body.
We talk about the composure of the USA without question, but Brazil has the ability to come back. This is an experienced team. They've been in multiple Olympics together. They've played together for a long time. So you can never relax if you're the USA in this situation against Brazil.
The United States has won the ultimate prize at the Olympic Games 3 times, as has Brazil.
This man right here is steady and precise with his game.
Lucas again in his 4th Olympic Games.
And if you're wondering if the Gasol brothers had a third sibling, here he is.
Timeout called by the United States. The lead is down to 3. Exceptionally well. Boy, it looked like there was a micro touch on Christensen, but no challenge. The lead is back to 4.
The message in the U.S. huddle during that timeout was unfazed. Unfazed. They're playing with confidence. They're playing loose.
Mariano again, right on cue.
And they need to hold that in the face of a Brazilian team you know will come at you multiple times in a set. They are not a group that will wilt during any part of a volleyball match.
Adriano, only 22 years of age, he turned professional in 2019. His first Olympic Games. There's Lucas Saka. Thomas Chesky, number 17 in red, out in the right front, has come on now for Aaron Russell. What do you think about that substitution?
Maybe setting out some of the passing, just he's a good passer, that could add something. And again, just a change in look. He said they were talking on the sidelines. What can we make that's just a little bit different to give Brazil a little bit different look? Even though they're in the lead right now.
Yeah, Russell was 2 of his last 7.
Jeske is a quality backup. He's in his 3rd Olympic Games. He's played professionally in all of Italy, Turkey, Japan, and played for the Japanese champions. We talked about it before. Aaron Russell dealt with a hip injury that kept him out of Tokyo and been dealing with a knee for the last several weeks, if not months.
A middle attack, US is going to have to figure out a way to slow down the middle attack of Brazil. This is where they're having a ton of success right now.
Perfect pass. He's putting all that muscle. Some players hit the ball fast. He hits it very heavy.
That's heavy and over the center. We talked about this a little bit earlier. It's a smaller matchup, even though it's not a tiny, tiny block, but that's what you want to do. Go after the hands, go over the top of the center.
The United States led 21-16 in the second. Couldn't close the deal. Falco looks at the block, done by Lucarelli. Allen absolutely unloading, 21 in goal.
Smart volleyball from Ricardo Lucarelli on that rally. First of all, from the pass. He's passing down the line. That matchup with Christensen where Leal used to be. So Brazil has spun that matchup, or the Americans have moved theirs. I think, yeah, Brazil spun theirs, so they moved into that spot. He handled the serve first, then the off TJ DeFalco, likely to go for the long angle. Lucarelli placed himself there, lifted up. I love how he gets the first step.
That's what you want to do. It's hard to stop, especially when it's tight. And he can get on top of that ball quickly. Look at this set, high, and he loves this turn down the line. That's his best swing.
What up, New York?
Amber, New York again. Amy and Jennifer, and just a few friends from around the neighborhood. Anderson again. Well, he's been really good in reception, defense, blocking. Another block touch. Anderson off the block and down.
I think it's strategic change here. Free ball to the Americans, or ball off the top. I would push the ball right to the middle of the court because Fabio is fronting every time. There, he didn't have to front very far. He's standing on the rings to the left, closer to Matt Anderson. If you push it in the middle, he fronted all the way over to almost in the right front of Brazil. Then you can go long distance to a hitter that's hot.
Anderson hitting over 550, which is really good. Nobody home. Really smart play by Fernando.
Those are the things that Brazil can do. They have lots of players that can do multiple things and really get you guessing. Creative set on the outside, get everybody to go.
No give up on the play, but once again, that's when you gotta just tip the pad. That's just a really good play. 20-16. Almost exactly where we were. That is Lucas Bergman on the serve. Well, that is a big serve by the kid. Thomas Jeske, number 17, caught a piece of the Brazilian block. Drifted out of bounds.
I didn't like that short set to Anderson until...
Well, right, they switch block, yeah, of course. So the center, when we talked about you want to set over, who's going on the right side of the court, switch to the left side. So he was blocking on the other side of the court.
This is exactly where we were in the previous set. The United States. Can they close it out this time? Give Brazil credit in the second. They won an 8-3 run to force overtime. DeFalco misses that one wide. Shoji has been superb. That's Matt Anderson, this time on the puck. It's up to Anderson's numbers, 12 of 20, hitting and also with 3 blocks.
Take a victory lap, still in Rockwell.
I was waiting for this one. I mean, this is a bread and butter set for him. And they had some opportunities in the past during the match to run it, but I like how they set up the middle over and over again to free this up.
First contact. Good reaction by Chester.
Yeah.
And I was able to stay out of that scrum between the two of you. So I am happy and unscathed. 23-17.
Manage it again. Manage it again from the line. That's what you have to do.
You can see everything that's going on between contacts. Must have point that time for Brazil.
There's a little bit to learn there. Yeah, there's a little bit to learn there, though, from Abel. The way that he served, both times the ball was 10 feet off the net and too far to the right side of the Brazilian floor. They did not get a good opportunity off of what wasn't really the toughest serve you would think in your mind, but just placing a spot with a little bit of pace.
Well, you have serves that passers are on a target. That's what you can do. You can afford to do that.
Luca Rowling misses it out of bounds. 7 points.
Yeah.
6 of them for the United States. Remember, they had 4 set points in the second and couldn't close the door. Well, it could have been. Yeah, but not today, Mark. Today we're going the distance.
Christensen ace the way. They go in style.
Jeski, smart shot, trying to recycle. Quickly balls over, and it's rejected. Maybe a little too clever by half.
Well, I like the idea of it. That was all pretty crazy. Here's the cover. You see the quick set back to the outside, but nice play on the right back.
Bergman goes back to the sideline. Flavio back in. Set point again. Not yet. Another free ball. DeFalco with the first contact.
Yeah.
The United States in this knockout, getting to the highest of heights, lead it 2-1. Redundant, a very high level.
He's just physical. He jumps well. He's handling the ball okay too. So I mean, they want to continue to set him, go high and over the top of the block.
Backdoor combination, that is stuffed by Flavio, number 23 in goal.
Overall, the middles for Brazil have done an excellent job of reading that big attack and being on their own.
Yeah, they're just waiting.
All by himself.
Well, you know what, Barney? Brazil invented the back row quick. They've seen it an awful lot in their jet.
I'll tell you what, 100%. Brazil was running a large percentage of their offense down the middle of the court before anybody else, while you're 100% right. And the U.S. started copying that in 1999. It took a long time for the U.S. offense to catch up to that heat. Not only for the hitters to hit that fast, but the setters couldn't set it. Everyone had to learn that system. Now the whole world runs basically the same ideas or the same principles.
Brazil, speaking of quick, after the 3-0 start. I want to revisit the back row quick. A lot of people probably don't really understand how it's executed or how effective it is. Anderson cross court. So take us through it. Selena's the center. Barney is the attacker. Why is it so tough to stop?
You're running a middle in front of you and in different locations in front of you. And the ball is so low that it looks like, in many cases, the middle attacker is going to get it. The center just pulls it off the net. So instead of sideways to about 8 foot, and the back row attacker will come right over the top of that quick. And you'll see that sometimes when you get the end zone view. You see how quick the interplay is between the front and the back row. And that's the offense running down the middle of the floor. So you're putting a lot of pressure on the pins to help, and that later opens up opportunities for the pins to attack because those other blockers start to bunch up.
And Salima's the sitter. How do you know who to choose?
Well, you take a peek at the block. You know what you're doing. You're seeing, are they staying, are they fronting, are they hanging out in the middle of the court for the middle attacker, or are they sagging a little bit? You want to take a quick look, and sometimes you just alternate, you change, you vary it, but it's really playing on from the middle, off of their shoulders, creating some space.
Brazil got up to the quick 3-0 start. Anderson and the United States can close out Brazil with another set win. Good block deflection. What an angle. And what a backflip. Gymnastics is gymnastics over? I think it is. That was a pretty good dismount by DeFalco. Registering another kill. Sharp into the angle. Top of the tape, right to Shoji.
Yeah.
Number 19, April.
Can you get April some confidence? That's going to be important for the U.S. moving forward. Throwing the ball in, create some space for him, not the straight up one right directly into the middle blocker, but create some space for April to get some confidence.
I see how you are. I'm struggling, and you're here to lift me up, to help me get better.
That's what we do.
Thanks, Senator Salima.
April 2 of 7 so far after being brilliant in the qualification round, just putting up astronomical numbers. United States way ahead in the point. Can they convert on a free ball and take the early lead? Yes, they can. Anderson, number 1.
I like how the U.S. is defending a little bit better now. They're slowing down the ball, getting some good quality touches, and they're in a right spot defensively.
Did you see Flavio release there? He was running right to the Falco. We'll step aside, the United States by 1. Ran away with the third set, 25-19.
Joshua hanging that ball really well. That's what the United States needs from him. Passing the ball, getting it right on the money so we can get Averill a ball.
Let's go ahead to Cox in Paris.
Well, as you know, Taylor Averill playing in his first Olympic Games. The thing that stands out to him the most, he said, this is the first time I've played volleyball when it's felt like it's for more than me. It's beyond volleyball, beyond my own selfish career. As a pro player, we're just trying to make a living, get the better contract. Here, I feel like I'm doing something for others and for me. And that has been the coolest part of the entire Olympic experience. Guys, the Olympics are just special.
Playing with and for one another is an important thing. I think you don't learn it except over time. When you come to the national team, you're 22, 23 years old, and you probably had a starting career somewhere, and you really are worried about having your own success on that national team, stepping up your level to an international level from what is a much lower level in U.S. collegiate play. I think it takes a while to learn that. Fortunately, some of that stuff has trickled down into college.
It has. It definitely has. And you see it now more and more. The level is better. Everything's more physical. And now you're seeing that playing for something more.
Talk about physical. Brazil was completely out of this point. But just throw it up somewhere, and Allen or his younger brother
out of system play, but would take away that shot from Allen because that's kind of his bread and butter.
If I was talking to Taylor Averill about his defense, I would say get outside the block. We've seen a couple of opportunities now where he is inside that blocker and he needs to be just outside. So he needs to react to wherever that block posts up, slide outside, then you get a shot.
Thomas Jeske has been rock solid since coming on for Russell, 4 of 10, attacking and very good in reception. Ricardo 3 gold medalists on this squad. Bruno, who has been subbed out, Lucas Satkamp, along with Ricardo Lucarelli, the 3 gold medalists coming back from Rio in 2016.
The fourth or fifth ball, no matter who is on the right side of the court, has been hit tooled on the edge of the block down the line.
Yes.
Perfect pass by Anderson.
That's what he does. He doesn't just hit the ball, doesn't just walk the ball, but has an opposite passing the ball. And neither blocker are ready for that.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Lucas was not fronting that time. In fact, he almost took a step to his left as the ball was set, so he's not fronting.
And they don't normally, I don't think, set that going in that direction. I think he was ready for the reverse.
Back row combination, Lucarelli again. They call this the knockout round for a reason. You've worked through the preliminaries. You've gone from 12 teams down to 8. What would your quarterfinal matchup be? Oh, by the way, it'll be the United States and Brazil, 2 longtime rivals. One of them is going home. One is going to the semifinals.
Well, and here's why I would also characterize this as perhaps the greatest generation, especially if they medal. Look at the quality.
Yes.
Look at how different the quality of the world is, how deep the tournaments are, and how deep they've become to this point. We talked coming into the Olympics, at the very start of this Olympics, at pool play, about how close the margins would be and how many teams could medal, and that has proven true all day today.
When you saw it in the preliminary rounds, like every single match was a battle, and it wasn't, you know, a gimme. None of those matches were easy.
Serbia goes 5 with France to open the tournament, and then Serbia doesn't even make the knockout round. The United States goes 5 with Germany. Germany almost beats France today.
And I look back at some plays from the 2004 game. Someone was asking, is there any footage of your career? And it's basically not, because it happened before YouTube occurred. But I did find a couple of things. I watched 10 minutes of it a few days ago. I'm struck by how different the game is now. It's faster, it's more powerful. There's so much more high flat. There's no high flat. Everybody's trying to hit the ball down to the ground during those matches. The game has really progressed.
Yes.
Matt Anderson again, and Micah Christensen, Selena Rockwood, as a former national team setter, you've got to really be admiring the job this setter's doing.
Oh, it's so fun to watch because you're just creating this masterpiece, right? You're trying to create something, a flow of the offense to get someone to jump with you as a setter, to get them to bite with the middle. That's what it's all about, is giving opportunities for your hitters to go one-on-one and opportunities to score.
Tough chance for Anderson.
Yes.
14 feet off the net. When will one team break away? It's like watching a road race in cycling. When's somebody going to make a move?
Well, the U.S. has made both of their moves, particularly the second set, by just grinding away at Brazil here. They've just couple points, give one up, couple points, give one up. If they can put that on right now, you're going to arrive at a place where it's 18-14. You can double up, you have a 4-point lead, pushing towards 20. That would look pretty good.
Anderson, 16 of 26, hitting .577. Doesn't have an ace yet. He does have 3 blocks.
Oh,
Do you
come
think of
on.
yourself as more of a conductor or like a master painter? How would you describe your excellence when you're constructing the maestro-ness of the line?
Maestro.
Like Rembrandt, or are you
Combination of
Mozart?
all of it.
Go to the Louvre and check out some art. Overpass.
Well, we're doing it for you.
A chance for Brazil to tie.
I am merely the brush, Selena.
Allen again with the kill, number 21 coming in for his younger brother Darlan, and it's worth reminding it. Heather Cox told us about the injury to Allen, and he's taken some steps to solidify himself. He strained a calf. He's a big component for Brazil.
A huge component. He was a big miss. Darlan has been phenomenal throughout the course of the tournament, but having Allen and his experience in these moments has been what Brazil needed.
That ball will drift out of bounds. What a rip off the left side. Way to Falco.
Yes.
Brazil has been to 5 straight semifinals dating all the way back to 2004. 8 in total. The United States has been to 6 Olympic semifinals.
This quarterfinal round stands by itself in the overall Olympic experience. Pool play, the goal is to get to this. From this is not an end destination. This is simply a waypoint to get to a medal match.
Flavio Anderson with the dig. Jeske with a chance. U.S. ahead in the point. Tough chance, Matt Anderson, superb defensively. And Micah Christensen having to jump over and break for Brazil. Good effort by both teams.
Hard balance to find on that ball. Do you try and play it up? Do you try and do something soft, or do you just get after it? I like an Irvin Ingapet. You do something, you just be aggressive with it and try and rip it.
It's hard because it's right in the middle of the court and it's tight. So he was trying to just recycle it and make something and cover himself. That just took an awkward bounce.
Flavio. Averill been quiet for a while. Christensen from another guy reported that Taylor Averill was massaging his back, moving, trying to loosen up, and he's starting to have an impact.
I go jump float if I'm Taylor Averill. He's been successful with the jumper, but he had to use 2 jump floats that put Brazil off the net last time. Put it in.
Well, you can work. There's always a primary attack you want from the service line. There's always a secondary one. You can go for the secondary one in the seam.
Thomas, perfect pass inside count with a crossbody.
Yeah, you don't want to hit Thomas.
No.
You hit the left front attacker with that one.
Well, it's hard when Thomas can read it and then make a move early. You're facing that direction. He knows where it's going. Watch him shift over, and you can see him pass that ball perfectly.
Ball's still alive. Bang, bang play. Smart shot. Thomas will get a hand on that, but Fernando can't run it down.
Yeah.
Here's the effort. Thomas just gets in the way of it. I mean, he sees it. It doesn't even matter what body parts he hits it with. And that's a smart play by DeFalco. Maybe didn't have the swing he wanted. The block was right in front of him, and that's what we're talking about, the evolution of his game, not just swinging as hard as he can into a big block.
Block touch by Holt. Right back to Holt for the kill.
Right now, it's a ball. Who's playing the ball well to create these opportunities to block? Touches on both sides of the net, slowing the ball down, and creating more swing. See? Yeah, he fronted.
Yeah, he did.
He absolutely
I would
fronted.
go overhead right away.
You would, but sometimes you don't see it right away, and then you go away from it now.
Yeah, but Christensen will have noted that. He will have noted that matchup, and hey, he was there. We got one off his head, but that long distance is open. Even when Christensen was in college, he was checking down, looking to block back up to set the ball. Really advanced technique from him at an early age.
Lucarelli having a very busy night in Paris. He's standing on the sideline. This has been as close as it can be. Nobody has led by more than 2. The United States has led by 2 a couple of times. Brazil's lead was only 1, and it was early. Here's Jeske, been really good off the bench. That's a brilliant kill. I was thinking about Thomas. How would you like to follow in the footsteps of Sergio as the libero for Brazil? Maybe the greatest of all time, and maybe not even a conversation.
I don't think it's a conversation at all. I think he's the best guy to have played that position, hands down. And I love what Eric Sergio has done on the American side. Sergio was next level. And they're going to have to do it. I always like to see soft block and transition. Control to transition. You don't have to worry about getting a stuff here. Let's worry about getting a control if you're in a red jersey.
Coming. Read the play. There's Averill. There's Sunshine. He's back.
The United States has finally gotten a little bit of space, 1916. Sets to 1. Tallis with the cover. defense, superb for the United States. Flavio out of the middle.
Middle attack for Brazil has been phenomenal.
Double sub coming on. Galan and Bruno in his 5th Olympic Games, the 10th volleyball player ever to play in 5 Olympic Games. 20-17. Good pass by Jeschke. Taylor Averill.
Can you slide your left here? Can you move over a little bit? I'm just going to plug in your fridge so we have it ready here in a second.
Not yet. Not yet.
We got to have it cooling down.
It's getting ready.
Jeschke and Averill have been huge.
Paul, you nailed it when he came in. When Thomas Jeschke came in, rock solid. That is typically his role. 17 is reliable.
Averill started 1 of 6. He's 4 for his last 4. That ball served just out of bounds. Reminder, the United States led in the second set 21-16. Brazil is going nowhere. If you beat them, or if Brazil beats the United States, you're going to have to earn it. Here's Adriano.
Quality block, one-on-one. A perfect pass. You couldn't ask for more than that. You really saw that he was going to the line and really reached out with a control block.
You know, we talked about the history of Brazil. They've been to 5 straight semifinals.
Jeschke.
I was wondering if they were going to run that. They have to have that chemistry. They do it all the time in practice. We haven't seen it much in the Olympic Games with Jeschke on the big. Perfect time to run it.
Now Flavio read it too. Jeschke had to change direction when he keep his eyes full and see the block.
United States 3 points away from their 7th ever semifinal.
When the money is on the line.
5-38 against the most physical, toughest left side block that he has faced in the tournament. Matt playing his best when his best is required.
DeFalco going with a jump float.
Yes.
5 match points.
That's a David Lee kind of move right there to finish off a set in a playoff scenario in Olympic Games.
David Lee, Olympic gold medalist from 2008, absolutely spectacular against Serbia, Russia,
He finished off Russia. Yeah, he finished off Russia with successive blocks.
Match point. Done by Jeschke.
Jeschke for the semifinals. Rip it again.